Big Beaks Wine Time.
Hey, how's it going? It's Chris from Big Beaks Social Club. Today's my first Mom Beak wine review. Today I have a Mom Beak here. This is Mama Beak, who is my mother, Mama Bell, a.k.a. the Coquito Master, a.k.a. the chef with the best, a.k.a. my dearest mom. Welcome.
Hola.
¿Cómo estás? Today we're going to be reviewing from Washingtonville, New York, Brotherhood's wine, established 1839 by Robert Bedford. It's out of here out of Washingtonville, New York. But today I'm also going to be speaking with my mom. Hello, Mom. ¿Cómo está?
Good.
Okay. So talk to me a little bit about yourself. Where were you born?
I born in Puerto Rico, in a small town called Ponce.
Ponce, okay.
I live in Puerto Rico I turned 25 years.
You lived in Puerto Rico till you were 25 years old. What part of Puerto Rico did you live? Did you live in San Juan? Did you live in Rio Piedras?
I live in Puerta de Tierra.
Oh, Las Puertas.
Puerta de Tierra. And I moved to Old San Juan when I turned 16.
Okay.
And I lived over there a couple years. And when I turned 25, you know the story.
Okay, but the people don't.
I moved to upstate New York.
Okay, so you lived in Puerto Rico. You moved up to upstate New York. Upstate New York, about an hour and 10 minutes from New York City. Not everything in New York is the city. And from Puerto Rico, you then moved here. And tell me a little bit about your cooking experience.
Well, I started cooking a little early. I think maybe when I turned 10 years.
Okay, 10 years.
I cook for the Boy Scout in my town. I cook for maybe 25, 30, 50 kids. That's how. So
you started cooking. How you really got into cooking was cooking for the Boy Scouts in Puerto Rico. Okay, now let's fast forward. You've had restaurants. Obviously, your dad had restaurants.
Well, when I moved upstate New York, specifically in Broadway, I opened my first restaurant. I noticed that I can find Puerto Rican food. I opened the Jibarito restaurant.
El Jibarito restaurant in Newburgh, New York on Broadway. It used to have jazz bands. I remember, I think now there's a cell phone store there. Used to have the best cuisine in the Hudson Valley when it came to Puerto Rican food.
Well, you remember because you're one of my helpers.
So I used to work for my mom in the back of the kitchen when I was around 13. Sometimes I would skip school to help my parents. And that's where I really became a food enthusiast. So tell me some of your specialties and what are your signatures? What are you known for? So I could then remake it on Sunday.
I think a lot of people like my pernil.
Okay, that's hard. I can't remake that. I could make my way, not your way.
And my mofongo.
Ooh.
The other day I cooked mofongo for my best friend, Rebecca.
Okay, Rebecca. So
she bring lobsters and shrimp and stuff from Maine. And when she called me, I said, I'm there. She makes my mofongo. Mofongo and...
What is mofongo?
Mofongo is...
Mofongo is plátanos?
Mofongo is plátano. You mash it in a big pilon. We have one over there.
Okay, I'll show that later.
With garlic, it depends. Everybody have their own recipe.
Everyone has their own recipe. What's different from your recipe and other recipes? I already know what's the difference. I know there was a difference in your recipe than a lot of other people's recipes.
My recipe is, I really, I think I put a lot of love.
Okay, a lot of love. You don't want to give the secret recipe. You do a double fried mofongo. Yeah. So sometimes you go to Puerto Rican restaurants and you don't get a crunchy mofongo. You either get a soggy mofongo with some sort of sauce on it to hide the mofongo. You have a signature where you double fry. You mash, then you double fry.
Yes, I never think that's a secret, but I really like thinking when you put your...
I mean, I go to restaurants all the time. Nobody else really double fries it. They do in some places if you go to the island, but not in upstate New York.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me, what would you recommend? What happens when you own a restaurant business? Is it stressful? Is it hard? Is it a lifestyle that people have to love? It's
a lifestyle. You need to love what you're doing. Because sometimes you work 12 hours, 14 hours. It is something that you definitely need to love.
I try to tell whoever's watching, being in the kitchen is a lifestyle. Being in a restaurant, in back of the house, front of the house, I think you used to work 6-7 days a week. It's not a 9 to 5.
Sometimes 10 in the morning to 10 o'clock. If you have a private party to 3 in the morning.
It has to be something that you have to dedicate your life to. Then you had Cilantros.
And I have cilantro.
That was an award-winning tapas restaurant in the Hudson Valley. The viewers can't see the viewers can't see that. So in Cilantros, you had a tapas restaurant. What was the tapas?
Well, The idea is one day my husband come home and told me that he want to open a bar. And usually in Hudson Valley to open a bar, you need to sell food. And 20 years later, when when we had the restaurant before El Jibarito, but we closed for whatever reason. And when he came in with the idea, I said, okay, well, I can help you, but I only want to do like
appetizer, smaller plates.
Appetizer bar, and here in Hudson Valley, you need to sound more fancy. And at that time, my sister graduated for culinary school in Manhattan. And
shout out to Zeta Rodriguez, who went to the Culinary Institute of America here in Hyde Park, New York. That's where you first opened up the restaurant with.
Well,
then you had another chef who's an amazing chef in the back. Francisco. Shout out to Francisco. I got to experience that restaurant, and the energy was crazy. It was nice. It was very clean. Unlike other Puerto Rican restaurants in this area, it was more high end. I do love it. I just know that restaurant did put a beating on you, the staff, and that's why I do the podcast, to tell people what it is to be a restaurant owner, what it is to be dedicated to something. It's not as easy as people think it is.
It's not easy, but it's not impossible. So you love what you do, but sometimes
if you love what you do, life is easy. If you don't like what you do, life gets hard.
Mm-hmm.
Is that pretty safe to say?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Would you like to taste the wine?
Yeah. Let's cheers.
So this is Brotherhood's winery, the oldest winery in America, out in Washingtonville, New York, and I like it. This is the Resiling. I don't even know how to say that correctly. Resiling. You can correct me on the comments. And that's the Pinot. What is it? Pinot Noir?
Pinot Noir.
My English has always been broken. That's something you're going to get in this channel.
Pronunciation. You're Puerto Rican.
That's
you
it.
don't want to like change.
My English is bien rompido. It's broken. So besides the wine, we are going to sample the real deal Holyfield Coquito. I always brag about Coquito. This is the season 4 Coquito. This is this the pumpkin Coquito?
Yes, it's the pumpkin Coquito.
Okay, so am I going to start doing salsa after I drink the Coquito?
Yes.
Okay. Am I going to drink it by myself? This channel is just me drinking?
No. But I really had 3 glasses of wine before this.
Okay. So
we had lunch.
The way I live my life now is I don't always drink. I choose who to spend my time with. When I decide to drink a spirit, when I decide to drink a Coquito, my time is very valuable. This is Mama Beak from Big Beaks Social Club. She's on the podcast today. I'll probably either post it in a couple days or so. She makes Coquito. She's been in the restaurant business. We have to do a lot more segments to dissect her actual story. She's been in the mental health industry. She's raised 3 children, and she's from Puerto Rico. What she's failing to mention is she used to walk in Puerto Rico with no slippers on. and before reggaeton was even invented, she was out in these streets. But that's Chris from Big Beaks Social Club. Cheers.
Wine time with Mom Beak.